Shame is a shackle. Free yourself. Don't worry about your abilities. You have the ability to love. That is enough. Be nice to other people. At the universal level, they are you. Technology won't save humankind. Humans will. Laugh. It suits you. Be curious. Question everything. A present fact is just a future fiction. Irony is fine, but not as fine as feeling. Peanut butter sandwiches with cucumber slices go perfectly well with brown sauce and a glass of cold beer. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Sometimes, to be yourself, you will have to forget yourself and become something else. Your character is not a fixed thing. You will sometimes have to move to keep up with it. Sex can damage love, but love can't damage sex. History is a branch of mathematics. So is literature and music. Economics is a branch of religion. The news on TV should start with music, then poetry, then mathematics, and move down from there. You shouldn't have been born. Your existence is as close to impossible as can be. To dismiss the impossible is to dismiss yourself. Your life will have 25,000 days in it. Make sure you remember some of them. The road to snobbery is the road to misery, and vice versa. Wear clothes, by all means, but remember, they're just fucking clothes. Tragedy is just comedy that hasn't come to fruition. One day we will laugh at this. We will laugh at everything. One life form's gold is another form's tin can. Read, especially poetry. It might save you. Don't bother going into space until you can leave the solar system. Then go to the bee. Don't worry about being angry. Worry when being angry becomes impossible, because then you've been consumed. Happiness is not out here. It is in there. New technology on Earth just means something you will laugh at in 5 years. Value the stuff you won't laugh at in 5 years, like love, or a good poem or a song, or the sky. Never insult bartenders. There is only one genre in fiction. The genre is called book. Eat from the 3 food groups. Tortoises are geniuses of loyalty for your whole life, and that is a good kind of genius to have. If there is a sunset, stop and look at it. Knowledge is finite. Wonder is infinite. Don't aim for perfection. Evolution and life only happens through mistakes. Failure is a trick of the light. You are human, darling boy. You will care about money, but realize it can't make you happy, because happiness is not for sale. David Bowie's Space Oddity tells you nothing about space, but its musical patterns are very pleasing to the ears. You are not the most intelligent creature in the universe. You are not even the most intelligent creature on your planet Earth. The tonal language in the song of the humpback whale displays more complexity than the entire works of Shakespeare. It is not a competition. Well, it is, but don't worry about it. One day, humans will live on Mars, but nothing there will be more exciting than a single overcast morning on Earth. When you look up at the sky on a clear night and see thousands of stars and planets, realize that very little is happening on most of them. The important stuff is further away, or right here. Don't always try to be cool. The whole universe is cool. It's the warm bits that matter. Walt Whitman was right about at least one thing. You will contradict yourself. You are large. You contain multitudes. Be huge. No one is ever completely right about anything, anywhere. Everyone is a comedy. If people are laughing at you, they just don't quite understand the joke that is themselves. Your brain is open, never let it be closed. In 1,000 years, if humans survive that long, everything you know will have been disproved and replaced by even bigger myths. Everything matters. You have the power to stop time. You do it by kissing or listening to music. Music, by the way, is how you see things you can't otherwise see. It is the most advanced thing we on Earth have. It is a superpower. Keep studying piano. Stick with it. It becomes beautiful. My friend Martin is one of the wisest humans who ever lived. You are named after him, Amos. Read him. A paradox. The things you don't need to live, books, art, cinema, beer, etc., are the things you need to live. A cow is a cow, even if you call it beef. No two moralities match. Accept different shapes, so long as they aren't sharp enough to hurt. Don't be scared of anyone. At some point, bad things are going to happen. Have someone to hold on to. Alcohol, especially beer, is very enjoyable. Hangovers in the morning are unpleasant. At some point you have to choose beer or mornings. If you are laughing, check that you don't really want to cry, and vice versa. That girl you really like and think about and want to call. There will be others, but I hope she is nice. Don't ever be afraid of telling someone you love them. There are things wrong with this planet we call Earth, but an excess of love is not one. Your mother loved your father, at least when you were conceived, even if she says she doesn't. You are not the only species on Earth with technology. Look at ants. Really, look. What they do with twigs and leaves is really amazing. There are a lot of idiots in your species. Lots and lots. You are not one of them. Hold your ground. It is not the length of life that matters. It's the depth. But while burrowing, keep the sun above you. I think in numbers, musical numbers, but still numbers. Numbers are pretty. Prime numbers are beautiful. Understand that. Obey your head. Obey your heart. Obey your gut. In fact, obey everything except commands. Start fires, but only metaphorically. Unless you were cold and it's a safe setting, in which case, start fires. One day, if you get into a position of power, tell people this. Just because you can, it doesn't mean you should. There is a power and a beauty in unproved conjectures, unkissed lips, and unpicked flowers. It's not the technique, it's the method. It's not the words, it's the melody. Make your life legato, connected. Be alive. That is your supreme duty to the world. Don't think you know. Know you think. As a black hole forms, it creates an immense gamma ray burst, blinding whole galaxies with light and destroying millions of worlds. You could disappear at any second, this one or this one or this one. Make sure, as often as possible, you are doing something you'd be happy to die doing. War is the answer to the wrong question. Physical attraction is primarily glandular. Martin believed we are all a simulation, matter is an illusion, everything is silicon. He could be right. But your emotions, they're solid. It's not you, it's them. No, really, it is. Most humans don't think about things very much. They survive by thinking about needs and wants alone. But you are not simply one of them. Be extraordinary. Be careful. No one will understand you. It is not ultimately that important. What is important is that you understand you. A quark is not the smallest thing. The wish you have on your deathbed to have worked harder. That is the smallest thing. Because it won't be there. Politeness is often fear. Kindness is always courage. But caring is what makes you human. Care more. Become more human. In your mind, change the name of every day to Saturday, and change the name of work to play. Language is euphemism. Love is truth. You get up, you put on your clothes, and then you put on your personality. Choose wisely. When you watch the news and see members of your species in turmoil, do not think that there is nothing you can do, but know that it is not done by watching the news. You can't find happiness looking for the meaning of life. Meaning is only the third most important thing. It comes after loving and being. If you think something is ugly, look harder. Ugliness is just a failure of seeing. A watched pot never boils. That is all you need to know about quantum physics. You are more than the sum of your particles, and that is quite a sum. The Dark Ages haven't ended yet, but don't tell historians or your mother. To like something is to insult it, love it or hate it, be passionate. As civilization advances, so does indifference. It is a disease. Immunize yourself with art and love. Dark matter is needed to hold galaxies together. Your mind is a galaxy, more dark than light, but the light makes it worthwhile. Which is to say, don't kill yourself. Even when the darkness is total, don't. Always know that life is not still. Time is space. You are moving through that galaxy. See it through and wait for the stars. At the subatomic level, everything is complex. But you do not live at the subatomic level. You have the right to simplify. If you don't, you will go insane. But know this, men are not from Mars. Women are not from Venus. Do not fall for categories. Everyone is everything. Every ingredient inside a star is inside you, and every personality that ever existed competes in the theatre of your mind for the main role. I repeat, you are lucky to be alive. Inhale and take in life's wonders. Never take so much as a single petal of a single flower for granted. If you have children and you find you love one more than the other, work at it. They will know, even if it's by a single atom less. A single atom is all you need to make a very big explosion. School is a joke, but go along with it because you are very near the punchline. Be kind to your mother and try to make her happy. You don't have to be an academic or a musician or anything. Don't force it. Feel your way. And don't stop feeling your way until something fits. Maybe nothing will. Maybe you are a road, not a destination. That is fine. Be a road. But make sure it's a road with something to look at out of the window. Be kind to your sister Maddie. You may need her more than you think when you're older. You will have many friends, but the ones who matter are those who don't judge. Play games. It's good for the soul. Don't be confined in any sense. Never wear white shoes. It attracts attention. Even when you have every reason to hate, don't. For a while, I hated those people who stopped me being your father. But I realized that hate only lowers me to that low. Rise, ascend, Eli. It's what your name means. You are a good human. Eli Jacob Amos Williams. I love you. Remember that.
When I come to die, when I come to die, when I come to die, give me some